Welcome to Com Radio. This is Connor DeKranis next to Darius Donaldson. Unfortunately, Ariel's not going to be able to be here this week on Sports Take with us, but I think we'll be able to make do, right, Darius?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure hope so, right? So how you been, Darius? Haven't seen you in like a week.
I've been doing pretty good, man.
Pretty good?
Yeah, man. And yourself?
Pretty good. Can't complain, you know. Some good sports action last week.
Oh, yeah.
We might as well just jump right into it, right?
Let's do it.
We're going to start off with the MLB like we usually do, week in, week out. Boston and Detroit tied 2-2 in the series. Going tonight, first pitch about 4 minutes ago, 8 o'clock. We got John Lester going against Anibal Sanchez. Who's going to win this game? Pivotal Game 5. Who's going to win, Darius?
Pivotal Game 5, I like Detroit.
You like Detroit?
Yeah, I like Detroit in this one. I think they're going to pull it off.
I think it's like 69% or something like that. 69% of Game 5s, the winner of Game 5 goes on to win the series. So Game 5s have been proven to be very, very pivotal.
Oh yeah.
Very,
this is a
very
big game,
pivotal.
No doubt. And the players know that. The coaches know that.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with the Red Sox in this game. They've been playing really well. I mean, the Tigers have also been playing really well, obviously with a 2-2 series tie right now. But I'm ultimately gonna have to go with my Sox, and not really my Sox, but you know, I'm gonna have to go with them since they're my favorites this World Series.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow we got the Dodgers and in Busch Stadium in St. Louis. St. Louis is leading the series right now 3-2. Clayton Kershaw is going against Michael Wacha. Who do you got winning that one?
I think that St. Louis is going to pull it off.
St. Louis?
Yeah, they're going to finish it off. I know they're playing very well at a high level. And yeah, tonight's the night.
I mean, the thing is though with me that Clayton Kershaw's going, and this kid is going to be the next big thing. If you don't already consider him the next big thing. Yeah. I mean, he's had an incredible season, and he's been pitching amazingly in the postseason. I mean, Michael Wacha has also been pitching very well. He has like a sub-1 ERA in the postseason, and he's only pitched 2 games given.
Yeah.
But he does have that sub-1 ERA going.
Exactly.
But I mean, I'm gonna have to go with the Dodgers forcing Game 7 in Busch Stadium. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I think the Cardinals are gonna end up pulling out the series, but because like I said, we're talking about the Red Sox.
Yeah.
69% of teams who win Game 5 go on to win the series.
Correct.
Right? You know who won Game 5? The Dodgers. At home. So, I mean, it's tough to come back, but I think ultimately the Cardinals will win, but Game 6 is going to go to the Dodgers.
We will see, my friend.
We will see. Now we're going to get into the meat of our show. I know you've been waiting for this, Darius. Big NBA
week.
guy. You love the NBA. I know you do.
Every week I'm waiting for it, man. Every week.
We got a few big debates coming on today in the NBA.
Let's get right to them.
I think we should start off with this anonymous poll that ESPN the magazine held. How do you feel about that? You want to start with that?
Okay, let's start with it.
All right. So basically, NBA players voted Michael Jordan most clutch. So 26 NBA players voted in this poll, and 88% of them said that they would want the ball in Michael Jordan's hands for the last shot. Kobe was second with 12% of the votes. Obviously, someone who was admitted from this list, Mr. LeBron James, right?
King James. Yep.
So Darius, let me ask you this. Okay, let me ask you a question.
Shoot it my way.
Your coach.
Okay.
Right? 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Your team is down by 1. You're drawing up the X's and O's, trying to decide whose hands the ball is going to end up in for the last shot, right? For that game-winning shot. Okay. Present day. Leave Jordan out of the picture. Present day. Who do you want to have the ball in their hands for that last shot?
Connor, I'm going with no one other than KB24, the Black Mamba.
Ooh.
Hands down, man. Hands down. I'm going the Mamba all day. I don't care what the stats are. I know that he is the most clutch player in the game today. He has ice in his veins. He's a champion, heart of a champion, 5 championship rings exactly. I'm going with the Mamba all day.
See, like, I can appreciate that. And I also agree with what one, because obviously the poll was anonymous, but the poll takers ESPN did take some quotes from the anonymous players. And one of the players said, and I don't have the exact quote in front of me, so I'm paraphrasing, that they would not want LeBron to take the last shot, but they would want LeBron to make the last pass. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. That's right? A correct statement, yeah.
So inbounds, you want to get the ball to LeBron, and then in a theoretical situation on Team USA, even though I don't think Kobe's coming out.
But if you have the Black Mamba on your team, none of that's going to matter. There's just no get it to LeBron. Let's just get it to Kobe Bryant and let him do what he does.
I mean, but like, what about the stats? I know you're not huge on stats. You're more about what goes on in the game, how a player performs, his competitive level. But when you look at the stats, I mean, stats don't lie. Statisticians lie, not stats though.
Yeah.
LeBron James is 6 for 14 on game-tying or game-winning field goals. That's 43%. Okay.
Right.
Obviously, Michael Jordan 7 for 15. It's 47%. Okay. So he's the all-time greatest in that stat category.
Right.
But Kobe Bryant comes in at like a dreadful 5 for 22, 23%. So when you're looking at the stats, I mean, LeBron has had less attempts and has made one more game-tying, game-winning shot than Kobe Bryant.
But what the stats don't say is how many times LeBron has deferred in his past.
That is true.
I've seen him pass it in many situations where he could have taken the shot to win the game, and he elected to do something else.
See, that's the problem though, because that's when we get into a theoretical situation.
Yeah.
We get into the situation, well, if LeBron takes the shot, does he make it? Does he miss? I mean, obviously, Kobe's taking those shots and not deferring because obviously it's Kobe Bryant.
Exactly.
He doesn't have that pass mentality like a player like LeBron does.
You know what you're getting with Kobe.
You know exactly what you're getting with Kobe.
Exactly.
But given he misses more shots, game tying shots than LeBron does. I mean, that's just a given. It's in the stats.
I mean, he's also had a longer career than LeBron, and he's had some other things happen that LeBron has not. But I'm still going KB24 all day.
All right. While we're on the topic of Kobe,
okay.
How do you feel about the fact that ESPN, ranking the top 500 players in the league of this year, ranked Kobe Bryant 25? How do you feel about that?
Just overall disrespectful. That's what I think it is.
But I mean, they are ranking. To be fair, before your opinion comes in,
okay,
they are ranking this year. Bryant obviously coming off the Achilles injury, big injury, terrible injury to come back from. Right? He just said last week, quote unquote, he's fat and he needs to get back into shape. Right? So if you're an analyst, right, for ESPN and you're taking all this into account and you're saying currently this year the top 25 players, isn't it a little bit fair to rank him beneath players who have been working all off season who show similar abilities to him who are maybe a little bit younger?
No.
Why not? Explain.
Even on a bad day, Kobe Bryant is still better than the top 25 players.
Because he has ice in his veins, right?
That, and he's just a competitor. He's the ultimate competitor. He doesn't like to lose. I mean, this guy lays it on the line every game, every day, in practice too. He makes his teammates better. He drives them to be better. And I think that the thing that separates Kobe from a lot of these other guys is what a lot of people don't know what he did for that team last year. I mean, we know the Lakers were terrible, hard to watch.
But they still made the playoffs.
Yes,
they still made the playoffs. Death of the owner. All that going on.
Yeah. And then it still amazes me how Kobe was able to drag that Lakers team to the 7th seed, not the 8th seed, the 7th spot.
Yeah. He was not content with that 8th seed.
Yeah, and he averaged 27 points per game. I mean, everybody's talking like, oh, Kobe, he's hurt. He's coming back.
Okay, so where do you rank him then? Just throw a number out.
He's definitely top 10.
Top 10?
Yeah.
Top 10?
Solid top 10.
I'll give him top 10 too. Maybe lower half just because of his current injuries and trying to get back into the groove of things, because we really don't know what Kobe's going to do this year. We know it's Kobe. We know he's a competitor. He's going to try to produce as well as he can, but he's getting old.
Yeah,
and
I mean that's what
age isn't on everybody's side. True. Some people it is. He could come out and have one of the best seasons of his life, of his career.
I just feel like last year we were talking about the same thing. Kobe, another year older. How is he going to do? What is he going to do? The Lakers, they got Dwight. What's going on? And he was still. I think he would have won the scoring championship title this year if he hadn't gone down. I really do.
I can see it. All right.
Put up huge numbers.
I can agree with you for the most part. So then we have a lot of topics in the NBA, like I said today.
And I love it.
A lot of stories this week, like Carmelo Anthony. You like Melo? You're a Melo fan, right?
Melo, my man.
He basically came out and said that he's going to opt out of his contract and test the free agency pool this offseason. Before I give my opinion, all right, I'm going to let you speak first on your opinion on Carmelo as a person, as a player, the idea of him, before the season even starts, to say that he's going to opt out.
Okay. My man Melo. That's my boy, first off. Been rocking with him ever since his Syracuse days. You know what I mean? He's been the man. As a player, he's a great player. I think he does a lot of things for his team that's not really seen. People don't really, I don't think he gets credit for the things that he does for his team. You know what I mean? All they see is he takes a gazillion shots a game. That's all they see. But I think he's way more than that. I do not agree with him coming out at the start of the season saying that he is going to test free agency at the end of this year. I don't know why he would do that. What do you feel?
I mean, you know my position on Carmelo Anthony. I believe that even if he is a lower top 10, maybe around the 12 range
Lower
player,
top 10?
maybe even 12, closer
Whoa.
to 12.
12?
Yeah, a little bit. I am a strong believer that Carmelo Anthony is one of the most overrated players in the league.
Overrated? You're crazy, man.
I'm sorry. I mean,
Overrated?
I just can't deal with the fact that I don't like selfish players. But I can appreciate Kobe because even if he is a little bit on the selfish side, he's a leader. He makes everybody around him better. Okay? I cannot say the same thing about Carmelo Anthony. He does not make his team better. If anything, he makes them worse. Numbers have shown that, like, with him off the court, the Knicks do perform better at certain points with him off the court. Okay? I don't care if he throws up 30 points on the board. Okay? Say he throws up 30 points. If that's off of 10 field goals with another 20 missed.
Yeah.
Pass. You need to learn to pass the ball. You need to learn to move the ball, create lanes, make better, and then he'll make better shots for himself that way. But he doesn't seem to realize that. Every time I put on a Knicks game, I feel like Carmelo Anthony is forcing up a shot from somewhere on the court, anywhere. Doesn't even matter.
I mean, I'm a huge Carmelo fan, like we talked about, and I don't feel like. I mean, he may take one too many shots here and there.
One.
Bottom line with him is he's the difference maker for whatever team he's on. If you're on the Knicks team, who do you want to shoot the ball the final seconds to win the game? Who are you gonna give it to?
Yeah, well, I'm going to give the ball to Carmelo in that situation. But I mean, I'm talking 48 minutes, not 10 seconds. That's my whole thing. 48 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a long game.
I mean, he has
in the last 10 seconds, the minuscule 10 seconds of that 48 minutes. Sure, Carmelo can have the ball for the shot. But that other 47 minutes and 50 seconds, he's got to learn to move the ball.
And
I've been saying that. He's been in the league for 10 years. I've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
And I will stick by that until I die.
I agree with you. He has some things to work on. He can definitely mature a bit. But I think he's showing flashes. I think he's showing that he can be that leader. I think he's teaching these young players that the Knicks have to, you know what I mean, just helping them along their career. And I think he's going to be a leader that we all think he can be. I think so.
We'll see what happens this season.
We'll see what happens. It's going to be a good year.
It's going to be a very good year. We got one more story for the NBA before we go to commercial break. Darius, I'm wondering your opinion on this Dwight Howard story making the rounds this week. All right, so basically for those of you who do not know, you listeners who do not know, Dwight Howard is somewhat upset that the Magic are allowing Tobias Harris, who they picked up last year from the Bucks, to wear, quote-unquote, his number 12. What do you think, Darius?
I think that Dwight Howard is the biggest baby in the league.
Even bigger than Glenn Davis? Big baby?
Yeah, who's ironically playing for Orlando right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a big baby. He's crying about it. Come on, man. You did nothing, practically anything for the city. Took him to NBA Finals. You guys got swept by the Lakers. I mean, that's about it. That's all he has to show for his career in Orlando. You know what I mean? So why do you feel like you're justified to have your number? No one can wear your number. It's ridiculous.
I agree with what you're saying 150, 170, 100, 200%.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Dwight Howard needs to know something. He's not the only player in this league.
Exactly.
He was on the Magic for 8 seasons, right? Was it 8 seasons? 8 seasons. He did a good job down there, was one of the biggest players in the league, and then decided to leave. Okay. He left. Players do that. They try to better themselves by leaving programs and joining other programs.
Right.
That other organizations. That's fine.
And
I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem when you think that a number is yours for a team that you were on 2 seasons ago.
Yeah. I think that Dwight, the thing with him, and he's shown it throughout his entire career, he likes to have his cake and eat it too. He likes to have everything his way, and he never wants to be the villain. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm the good guy, you know what I mean? But I want things my way, and it just doesn't work that way, Dwight.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
He thinks he's a bigger superstar than he is, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but he thinks he's better than he is. All right, we're going to head to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the NHL just a little bit and then make our way into the NFL. Be right back.
You asked. 120 feet of rope that takes you from a hovering chopper to the ground below in 7.5 seconds. The Army National Guard is your team. You face the tough challenges together and succeed because your team is there to push you toward your goal. Join our team on the web at 1-800-GO-GUARD.com or call 1-800-GO-GUARD. In the Army National Guard, you can!
Sponsored by the Pennsylvania National Guard, aired by the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters and this station.
This is Mark Zumoff, television voice of the Philadelphia 76ers. Going for the win! And I'm telling you now, ladies and gentlemen, lock all windows and doors. Find a computer and tune into the Association on Com Radio. Listen to hosts Eric D. Berardinis and Justin Rock. These guys really know how to turn garbage into gold. You'll hear news, unmatched insight, popular guests, and more on the best NBA show around.
The Association, Wednesdays at 8.
Welcome back to Sports Take. I'm Connor DeKranis, sitting next to Mr. Darius Donaldson himself.
Hello.
We're going to move into the NHL right now with a very, very hotly debated topic. I know you're not a big fan of the NHL, Darius, but I have confidence that you have an opinion on this because this is something I feel anyone, even people who don't watch the game, can have an opinion on.
Oh, yeah.
There's been a lot of talk, especially this year, but, I mean, there's been talk since the beginning of hockey, whether fighting should be banned.
Whether fighting should be banned or not.
What do you think? I mean, the thing with fighting is it does cool down the players on the ice, right? Something big happens, it's a way for revenge. For the most part, it's civil. You'll see two guys brawl it out and then pat each other on the back like nothing happened, and it's completely civil, completely fine. But the problem is, it's bare-knuckle boxing, and a lot of hits are landing right in the temple of your opponent's head, which is very, very dangerous. And it's hard to avoid because your arms are being tugged down, you're being constricted by your jersey, and you're just throwing punches randomly, and a lot of them are going to hit the opposite player in the temple, which is very, very dangerous, can cause concussions, other serious problems. Having said that, what do you think, Darius?
I mean, I think just like with any big issue, there's two sides of the coin. And I feel like if you ban fighting, then other things can happen. Other things as far as huge brawls, team brawls, you know what I mean, bench claim brawls and things like that, those aren't good for the game. Cheap shots could happen. Like you mentioned, anything of those could happen. I think fighting is just good for the sport in general because it allows players to kind of cool down, take that aggression out. You know what I mean? And hockey's the only sport that they're allowed to do that. So as a fan standpoint, I would love for them to keep that in the game. Don't take that away from us, please.
See, in my perspective, I see both sides, and I constantly go back and forth between the two sides, and I can never quite decide what I feel about this topic, how I feel on this topic. One side of me says, I enjoy watching fighting. Who doesn't?
Yeah,
where Americans were human, we've been fighting since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it be for food, women, sports, right? We've been fighting about everything.
The last piece of pizza.
The last piece of pizza.
All that.
We've been fighting about absolutely everything. So to me, it's entertaining. I mean, think of this too. We had gladiators in Rome who fought to the death. Okay?
Yeah, that's serious.
So I mean, like, to me, it's entertaining. It cools down the game, like you said, and it keeps it civil in a way.
Yeah, even though it's not very civil, but it does.
I mean, the refs break it up as soon as the players hit the ice, right? It's broken up, and the players who fight are assessed with 5-minute penalties, right? Sit in the box for 5 minutes. Okay. But my problem with it is, like I said when I brought up the topic, is that more and more recently there have been more and more injuries stemming from fighting. Whether it be hard hits to the temple knocking players out, players being accidentally dragged to the ground and smashing their faces on the ice, which happened a few weeks ago. I mean, if you completely remove fighting from the game, you're getting away from that cool down, and like you said, you're going to see a lot more cheap shots. That's a given.
Oh, yeah.
Tempers flare in hockey all the time. All the time. It's a constant thing in hockey. With every sport, but especially hockey, because it's so fast-paced with checking and hitting and all that. Tempers are always up and flaring in hockey. Yeah. Okay, so if you don't have the ability to sometimes cool down, tell another guy, like, yo, I'm here right now, right? You don't have the ability to tell him that.
Yeah.
You're going to tell him in another way, and that way is going to be cross-checking him from behind, tripping him, hooking him, right? Which has potential to be even more dangerous than a few punches.
Oh yeah. Because then teammates are going to be looking to retaliate and things like that of that nature, and that's never good.
Yeah,
Never.
exactly. So, I mean, I'm going to stand by my opinion that fighting shall remain in the game. Having said that, I do see the other side, and I do see why some people would want it banned and why it could be prosperous for it to be banned. But ultimately, I think it's best for the game, best for the fans, best for the players
And I'm with
to
you.
keep it.
And I'm with you.
And that's all we have to talk about with the NHL, so we're going to move right into the NFL. Earlier today, the NFL hit Ndamukong Suh with another fine.
Another one.
$31K this time for his hit on Brandon Whedon this past weekend. You saw the hit. I saw the hit. I just want to make a point that if the NFL is going to keep assessing these hits as dirty, clean hits, within 20 years, football will be no more. The sport of football is based around tackling the ball carrier, downing him, trying to get to the quarterback. Right? That's what the sport is based around.
Big hits too. People
big
love
hits.
to see the big hits.
Big hits. And that's my problem with the NFL too. You're telling players that they can't go high.
Yep.
So then they're self-conscious and they go low. And then you're seeing ACL, MCL, PCL, every other CL tendon tear.
Yep.
So it's like, what do you want to do as the NFL? Do you want to ban high hits? Do you want to ban low hits? You have to make up your mind. You can't just sit there and slap people like Sue with fines for absolute little bumps.
I would say the shot was pretty clean. I didn't see anything malicious or anything of intent that was malicious about it. I thought it was a clean hit.
He went low.
Yeah, and this is really unfortunate that he was fined for that. I mean, and it was $31K at that.
I mean, to be fair, the thing with Sue is obviously he's been fined. I think this is his 6th fine in 4 years in the NFL, and all of them have surmounted to over $300,000, something like that.
Yeah.
Sue is a dirty player. There's no getting away from that. He's a good player. He's a very good player. Very good player. But he's dirty. So when you're the vice president of the NFL player safety, right, and you're watching these games in your little headquarters, sitting there, you're waiting for Sue to mess up. You're waiting to slap Sue with another fine.
Yeah.
You're waiting for that money to get back into your pocket as the NFL. You're just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
So unfortunately for Sue, because of his past, he's under a microscope. Exactly. Anything he does is going to be overanalyzed like this. The hit was clean. He went low. He didn't hit Whedon with his helmet. He went into his chest.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't really have a cleaner hit. As a defensive lineman, you can't really have a cleaner hit on a quarterback.
Exactly.
There was no flag on the play.
No flag.
I mean,
NFL's got to do something about this. Something, you know what I mean?
They really have to make up their mind. They have to decide what's going to be a penalty, what's not going to be a penalty.
Yeah, and I understand, it's the quarterback. You want to protect the quarterbacks because those are where the money's coming in. Everybody wants to watch the big-name quarterbacks, and no one wants to see them get hurt. So it's like, give the defense some leeway, I feel like, some type of leeway.
Talking about quarterbacks getting hurt, let's just talk about this real quick because we're running out of time here.
Okay.
How do you feel about some, not all fans, but some fans in Houston cheering Matt Schaub's recent injury?
It's terrible. It's terrible. Anytime someone can cheer on an injury, there's just no reason for that. No reason at all.
No, I agree with you completely. It's one of the most gutless things you can do as a fan.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into the rundown real quick of this week's hot games.
Okay.
It's a divisional week, so we got a lot of divisional matchups. We have the Patriots in MetLife playing the Jets. Pats are 5-1, Jets are 3-3. That's Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. How do you feel about this game, Darius?
Oh, yeah. Tom Brady's got this one in the bag.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that.
Stellar performance against the Saints last week.
I agree completely. I'm going to take the Pats also. We have Dallas at Philadelphia Sunday, 1 p.m. Both teams are 3-3. Whoever wins this game is going to be top of the division. What do you think, Darius?
No Vic.
Foles looks good though.
Foles looks good. The Giants they look like trash. There's no other way to put it. We're going Philly.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Philly too. We got Baltimore in Pittsburgh. Baltimore 3-3, Pittsburgh 1-4. That's Sunday afternoon, 4:05 kickoff.
These games are always tricky. These AFC North matchups are always tricky. You never know who's going to come out, who's going to be playing better. And Pittsburgh does have their first win, so they're looking to get two. But I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Baltimore, but it's gonna be close. I feel.
Yeah,
we got
field goals.
Yeah, field goals. We got Denver, who's 6-0 right now, in Indianapolis. Peyton revisiting home. Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, heart-wrenching loss for Andrew Luck and the Colts last week. They're not bouncing back against Denver this week.
I think opposite. I think the Colts might have the possibility. I'm rooting for the Broncos, but I think they have the possibility to run up the score and potentially, potentially.
Outscore Peyton?
Let's move to Monday night. Monday night real quick before we get off the air. We got the Vikings 1-4 starting Josh Freeman. Yes, Josh Freeman against the Giants, who are 0-6. Monday Night Football.
Oh goodness.
I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings all day. AP's gonna get loose.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good night. I'm Connor DeKranis.
I'm Darius.
Have a good one, guys.
All right, fellas.